Good morning, good morning, good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. It's a Monday in August and we're running about 7 a.m. The sun is out, it's going to be a hot one today. I've got a new top on. Not much more could be better about this. And we're running nice and easy. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Sam, this is Light It Up. All about park runs, races, training, gear reviews and all that other stuff. I am currently coming back from a series of very annoying injuries and I've only got myself to blame for all of those injuries, and I then changed things up. I got bored of hurting myself so much, so I've changed all my strength routine. Well, I've got one now for a start. My training, nutrition, everything. And this is a 10-week training program, and this is week number 1. Last week was a pre-week. This is week number 1 of 10 weeks to try and get back to my 10k PB that I set in February this year, which is a 39:22. So that's the plan. The training plan I'm doing is the Norwegian Singles Approach, which involves you run lots of easy runs, then you run sub-threshold. The idea is you're never pushing your body so far that you injure yourself, which is my absolute go-to operandus mirandi, or whatever it's called, modus operandi. I would do VO2 sessions, I'd push it too fast and I'd end up hurting my hips or my calves, and so this is a new style. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already feeling the benefits of just doing 1 week in my heart rate, so that's good. These easy runs, I'm aiming for 70% of my heart rate max, which is about 196, so 70% of that is around about 135 to 140. It does go up when I talk though, because I breathe less, but that's okay. I take that all into account. And then every other day you're basically doing sub-threshold work. So if you're running a sub-20, like a 20-minute 5k, you're running at roughly 4:15 to 4:30 for different intervals. It could be 3 minutes, could be length, I do it time. So yeah, 3 to 4 minutes by like 3 or 4 to start with, and then the total time at this sub-threshold is you want to be doing 20 to 25% roughly. So I've got my spreadsheet which automatically calculates the percentage of the sub-threshold work. It's a beaut. The plan is for this week to start doing some of those intervals. I'm coming back from Achilles injury and you've got to be very, very careful with those because they can flare up, but you still have to give them load. You can't just rest it. So I've been very careful for the last 3 or 4 weeks, slowly adding load and getting to this point. Now the good news is I did parkrun on Saturday and I ran a 22:30. The aim was to run a 25-minute parkrun, and I just didn't have any data on my watch, any laps, and I just ran it by feel. Felt good. It was aerobically hard getting back to that sort of running, but yeah, got through it nice and easy, and then no pain in the Achilles afterwards. Very minimal pain, well, not pain, like stiffness waking up, so to speak, and that's the main indicator in the morning. If you've got the same amount of stiffness, then you're good to carry on. If it's more, you have to back off. And if it's less, you're good to go. Maybe push a tiny bit more. So the last 2 days, the stiffness has been less, which is really good. And so much of it is mental, just in your head, not wanting to overdo it, because that's how I get in these messes. But there comes a point in a recovery where you do have to push a bit more and, you know, make a breakthrough physically but mentally as well. So that's what I did on Saturday, and yeah, it paid off. So we're on easy today. We're an average heart rate of 136 for 20 minutes so far, which is spot on. Though this bit's all uphill, and as you can hear, my heart rate is clearly a little bit higher. So I'll stop recording and then get that down, and probably I'll catch you in the next run. I'm going to document different runs during the week and then post it as I go, so you can follow this Norwegian Singles Approach. Oh, one more thing. I had a few people ask me how I'm going to build in parkrun to this training plan, because it doesn't necessarily lend itself perfectly to the sub-threshold intervals. But all I'm doing is I'm counting it as one of my sub-threshold sessions. So hopefully that'll be around a 20-minute parkrun once I'm back at fitness for that sort of pace. But I could also run them easier. Going to pace different people, because it's that juxtaposition of the channel and my training. I've got to find that balance, because I want to make interesting, fun videos. So if I do go harder on that parkrun, I'll pre-plan it, and I'll then do easier sessions during the week. So I still get that 20 to 25%, but if it is a higher intensity, that has a greater cost. So therefore, I have to reduce the intensity elsewhere. So hopefully that will work out, and I'll get to do lots of fun park runs and still make plenty of gains. Right, see you in a sec. So that's the plan for this week, where I'm just going to try and do a few intervals depending on how I feel. But those intervals are going to be at what I did that parkrun pace at, like 4:30s. So I know I can do 22.5 minutes at that speed. So hopefully I'll be able to do 3 or 4 lots of 3 minutes at that speed too. And then yeah, do that a couple of times just to get my body used to it. Then next week I'm away Monday to Thursday. I'm walking around Disneyland Paris, so we're going to be getting some serious steps in there. But yeah, it's sort of recovery, but walking that much isn't super helpful for a kiddie's recovery. But I'm going to wear my Mag Max shoes. Hopefully it'll give them a tiny bit of respite, and then Friday do a workout, Saturday do a park run, and then Sunday got the Essex 10k. And I'm still unsure what I'm going to do about that. We'll see how it goes, but maybe I'll run it at that sort of park run pace I did the other day, go for 50 minutes. So not easy, but not all out, just at that sub-threshold pace. See what I can do. And considering the plan is for the 10k in October, then it's a good little benchmark at the start of the training series to see where I'm at and how far I've got to go. I just realised that running at my parkrun pace will be a 45-minute 10k, not 50. So might do 50, might do 45. We'll see how we feel on the day. I do want to give a massive thank you to everyone who's been watching the series so far. It was pre-week last week, as I said, and yeah, it's been really good getting that engagement, and hopefully it's going to get more and more interesting as the weeks go on. I can share, hopefully, the incredible gains that I've seen others make. I've just got to stay injury free. I've got a PT session with Becky tomorrow, so I'm keeping those sessions going, because that is the absolute foundation of all this speed that I'm going to hopefully build. There we have it then, 45 minutes, which is perfect, because I always talk about Rosner Performance on Instagram. Definitely check him out. But he did a post the other day. There was like a science-led thing of your long run should be no more than 10% of whatever your longest run was in the last 21 days, I think. So my longest run is 40 minutes, and so 45, just over 10%. And then my new one is 45, And even this week I can maybe do a 50 and grow it from there, but you don't want that big spike. That's what causes injuries more than overall volume jumping up. It's individual runs apparently. So that's very good to know, because again, right now I'd be tempted to be like, actually it feels alright, I'll just keep going, but that's what gets you. So I'm being very sensible, sticking to my 45, and then we live to fight another day. We can get those longer runs in very soon. But 45, I'm well happy with that. Lovely, kept the heart rate down as much as I could whilst talking at the same time. That's good practice. It keeps your conversational pace, because if I can't vlog, then it's obviously not conversational pace. Yeah, thank you very much for watching for today, and I'll do another installment for this video to go alongside it, I'm sure. Hopefully some intervals. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by Copenhagen Half Marathon, which is September 14th, I think. So help me out. Check out my Instagram page, because you can win a pair of Adidas SL shoes. I'm going to buy a pair for a lucky subscriber. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and then follow all those little things I've asked you to do. You get some free socks as well. They've donated them, and Enitor insoles. So 3 things, all for free, just for following me and being part of the journey. Right, love you lots. Mwah. Peace. Hello, gorgeous people. It's Tuesday, and it's another absolute dream of a morning. It's just after 7. It's like 20 degrees already.
Oh, Scorchio!
I'm just walking past an Amazon delivery driver who's thinking I'm an absolute knobhead. That's fine. Most people do. Today is my first little dipping my toes into some of these sub-threshold intervals. Now, it's very much going to be a bit of a learning process, because I don't know my exact LT1, LT2, my lactate thresholds, because I haven't got a lactate meter and all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to go off previous best efforts and things like that. So I think roughly my lactate threshold, my LT2, is 175 beats per minute. So whatever that is pace wise, and probably right now it's probably quite a slower pace than I would think. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do this one nice and easy and just track the heart rate and see what happens. Now, in all the podcasts and literature I've read, they say that actually you shouldn't just be hitting near that max first interval. That should be your very last interval, your last bit. So what you've got to do is build up to it. So we're going to do 3 lots of 3 minutes, that's all, nothing crazy. And we're going to start nice and slow at maybe 4:45 pace, see what the heart rate does, have a minute's rest, then maybe 4:30 minutes rest, and then we'll see where we go. I've got a feeling it's just going to spike up and jump up almost immediately, because my body's just not used to these efforts. So we'll see, and I'll report back in a minute with the first interval. Let's just get warmed up first. I've also got to bear in mind that I've not run in heat like for 2 years nearly. I think the last time I properly ran in heat I was in Turkey, but I've always been injured during summer, so that is also going to have an impact as well. Rush hour, baby! Nice gentle warm up then. I've got the Evo SLs on today. It's so good. This track is near my house. I say track, it's like a giant concrete oval. I think it's about just over 800 meters long or something. It's perfect for doing these things. And I'm going to do walking recoveries, I think, or really slow jog recoveries between the sets. And I've been thinking, I think I'm just going to do it by feel, like I did on parkrun the other day. And because I know what I can hold for an hour, so that's roughly the pace you're aiming for. So let's see if that correlates to the right heart rate. But I think feel is more important, to be honest, because heart rate can be elevated for a number of reasons, so it's good to use it as a helpful metric, but not to base everything off. I'm bored warming up, so I'll keep talking to the camera. How are you all doing? How's your training going? What are you training for? Let me know in the comments. Are you doing the Norwegian singles or doubles approach? What's your experience of it so far? Have you got any tips or tricks for me? I would greatly appreciate them. I'm very open to any advice and support that is out there. And every time I talk, my heart rate goes up by basically 10 BPM. So I have to slow down a little bit just to make sure I'm staying in the right zone. Right, a few more minutes, then we can get cracking. I'm absolutely locked into this 1:35 easy pace though, so that's good. And it's feeling easier every time I run, so I'm obviously going a little bit faster with each time. So that's slowly coming down, so that's a really good sign already. Okay, first interval has started. I'll report back in the recovery section. Oh, it feels nice to be going a little bit faster though. Yee-hee! That's number one done. Heart rate was like 150, 155. And it goes that high sometimes on my easy runs by accident. So, but happy with that pace, no idea what it was, but it felt nice. Felt like I was flying compared to all the easy running I've been doing. So, got 10 more seconds, we're gonna turn around and then do the second interval. That was a bit quicker, felt nice as well. Heart rate went up to about 160, so that drift is slowly building. So hopefully this last one, I can be around 175, and we'll see. I'll maybe push that pace a little bit, just to find where that threshold is. Right, one more to go, easy. Right, off we go. Now for reference, my heart rate dropped to 149 after a minute of light jogging. So that's my baseline. Well, wrap me up and call me Sam Ingebrigtsen. I am sold on those intervals, they were lovely. That is my favourite pace to run at. Sort of half marathon-esque. Obviously, the half marathon times I want to be doing are definitely quicker than that. But that's a really good start. I kept it easy, I didn't go crazy. 165 was my final bit of heart rate for that interval. So I've still got bits to give, but I'd rather go too low and live to run another day than go too high. That is the motto of this series. Got a nice 15-minute cool down now. When it gets a bit quieter, I'm about to run a busy road. When it gets quieter, we'll go through my thoughts and feelings about that session. Give me a second to process it. Oh, I'm buzzing. These shoes are so good. Honestly, they're so good. If carbon shoes didn't exist, it wouldn't matter. They are that good. Love them. There we have it then, run fans. The first proper workout has been done. I literally am so buzzing. Oh, that feels amazing. To be back on, you know, these little paths after like 6 months, because it's just been one injury into the other. And now I've changed things and I feel like it's finally paying off. So that's a really good feeling that, you know, the changes you've made have actually made a difference. I've got PT this afternoon, which has been one of the big changes. And then, yeah, that new pace, that is such a lovely effort level. And the whole point of it is that you're never putting yourself too far into the red, hammering yourself too much. And that is just exactly what I do all the time. I've got VO2 intervals, right, I'm gonna smash each run, I'm gonna go faster, faster, faster. This just tempers that enthusiasm, just keeps me on the right track. And instead I can focus on nailing the workouts, nailing the heart rate and the effort rather than the speed. And the speed will come afterwards. So yeah, please do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not sure if I'll post this one and yesterday as a video earlier in the week or wait for another one. So there might be a tomorrow, or this might be the end of the video. So I'll pretend it is and then we can go from there. So thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe. We're trying to get to 2,000 before Copenhagen Half Marathon. I'm so excited for Copenhagen now. I've got ASICS 10K, not this weekend, the weekend after. I'm going to Disneyland Paris next week. So it's a bit of a walking week, but you end up walking like a half marathon every day. So it's by no means a rest. But yeah, hopefully I can get a full week of training done this week, have 4 days out, and then back and do the Essex 10K, which looks very fun. It's like an indoor start or something. So no idea how that's all going to work, but yeah, I'm going to run that at roughly yeah, maybe the pace I did today. I don't know, we'll see how we feel. Again, I don't want to overdo it, so happy to pace my sister around at a slightly slower pace because she's slower than me. Right, thank you very much for watching. Check out my Instagram to win a pair of those bad boys. Love you lots. Peace.